Hey, thanks for joining me today for this look at Mersey Paradise, a great Stone Roses track. First time I've done Stone Roses track actually, which I can't believe myself. This has been requested. It's a really good track, it's pretty easy to play. There's only 3 chords in it and a few embellishments, a few different voicings for the chords, so we'll look at them. If you're a Stone Roses fan, it might be the first time you've seen the channel, so I hope you enjoy the lesson, and if you do, please give me a like, subscribe. There's loads of other stuff like this, and I'm bound to be doing more Stone Roses stuff soon. So let's get into this one. We'll zoom in, we'll get close up, and we'll look at Mersey Paradise. Right, there we go, we're up close now. Hopefully you can see everything there. So this song is pretty straightforward actually. There's 3 chords in it. We've got a D, G, and A. But there's a few embellishments and little fills in between those, and there's a solo which I'll show you as we go through it. Tone wise, I've got some crunch through the amplifier just on the gain channel. You can still hear the individual notes though. Got some chorus, reverb, compression. So I just want to be able to get some little bit of energy, a little bit of breaking up just as we hit the notes a bit harder. So the song starts with a nice riff. I'll play through it and then we'll break it down. It sounds like this. And that goes on through a lot of the song, and all we're doing there, we've got a D chord, strumming it from the D string, and first and second strings still holding the chord down. I'm taking my second finger off and adding my pinky on at the 3rd fret and then off again. So it's this sus movement. But I'm also just keeping that D string going in the background. There, hit it there. You just need to keep that going. It's really hard to explain when I do it, it just almost comes naturally, but hopefully you know what I mean by listening to the track. So you can hear that note coming out as I'm playing it. Sorry. Alright, next we go to a G, and then to an A. But instead of playing the full chord, he just plays the 1st and 2nd strings, which is part of a G chord. If you imagine that rock G chord I'm always talking about, where you're just holding down 1st and 2nd there at the 3rd fret. So that's all we're doing, it's just that top part of a G chord really, with the open G string. So from the G, B, E, and back to the B. I'm holding down those 2 notes with my pinky and my 3rd finger, and then I'm just going to, with my 1st and 2nd finger, do a similar thing, just holding down the G and B strings at the 2nd fret. And that's sort of part of our A chord, but it's just, we've not got the full root of the chord in there, it's just the top part of the chord. So with our G again, and then to the A. So from the top. Again, really slowly. point the vocals come in. Alright, so the vocals come in, there's two verses, and it's the same thing with those D, G and A chords, but just using the positions I've just shown you. So if you were playing the full chords, it's river splashes against the rocks and I scale the slope. Hope the tracks won't take me back to some dark places where we fall to bits. But instead of playing those full chords like that, we're just doing, as I showed you in the introduction. That goes around twice, two verses. As I always say, listen to the track for the roadmap of all these parts. I'm just going to show you the component parts. Sometimes he sits back, he doesn't play the full thing, so just sort of lets the D ring out and then and other times he plays the whole thing. Between some of the verses, again using our three chords, we get this. So it's just a G, all downstrokes, up to the A, and back in with the riff again. Okay, so just look out for those parts happening in the track. Right, so that brings us up to the chorus. I'll just play the underlying chords before I show you the actual guitar part, just so you understand it better. So this is where the vocals now turn into Is It Me, the one that's wrong, and we come to an A chord, up to D. So is it me, the one that's wrong? That goes round again. Mersey Paradise, and back up to the D, resolves at the D, and then goes round again for the next verse. So those are the underlying chords. I'll show you the actual guitar part that goes over that now. So it sounds like there's a lot going on there, but there really isn't that much, so let's just break that down and see what's happening. Alright, so as I said, we're starting on an A. So is it me? So it just starts with just downstrokes on an A chord from the A string. So there's four just with the normal A chord. So is it me? And then we go to this with my first and second fingers. I'm on G2 from the Capo and B3. And I'm just playing backwards from the B string. So with the B string 3, 2, along with the G there, and then open. Just finishes with the open B string, and I'm holding that G2 down. So all together. And I'm just plucking them upwards. 1, 2 on the G, so 1 on the B. Yeah, so one pluck on the B string and 2 on the G each time. And then just one on each at the end. That's the first band. You can think of it like it's like an A sus. Except you're taking your finger off because you want to end up this nice open B string before we go into the next part. So the next part, think of that first part as being around the A chord. The next part, we're onto our D chord now, and the guitar part goes like this. You could actually catch the open D string as well. Yeah, you can, because we're in D, it's a D chord, you can catch the open D string, but the main notes are on the B, so 2 to 4 in the capo, and then B3, and then an open first string back to the B. So far we've got this. Play that again really slow. And I'm hammering on there. So those are the A and D parts. Now we'll look at the part where it moves to G. The G part's really simple, it's just this. So there I've got B3, G4 and D5. It's just like it's just a G chord. It's just a different way of playing the chord. But you can catch the open first string with it. So altogether, those chords, we've got this. I'll play it really slowly. I've just noticed myself, I'm sliding into it as well. You don't need to do that, that's where the chord is. If you want an easier option to that, maybe you're just playing this on your own, you want something more full sounding, maybe you play it on acoustic, then you can just stay on the A, do the sus that we showed you before. D sus as well, I've got an open first string. And then I'm going to put my finger down. Second finger on the 6th string, 3rd fret, just muting the A string out. Gives us a kind of G power chord in relation to the capo. So. Way of playing it. You could even sort of mix and match those parts. If you're playing on your own in a band, just a single guitar, it might be better to do that actually. I'm not sure whether the guitars are overlaid on the original recording. Alright, so that brings us up to the guitar solo. It's a nice solo. Again, it's around these D, G and A chords. Starts like this. I'll play the first section and then we'll break it down. So I've got a D shape there. You don't need the first string, but I'm just plucking the B string, B3, to G2, open G. So D4 to an open G. G2 on and off, D4 to an open G, and then D4 to 2 to open. And then just finishing on an open A string. And that's the first part of the solo. I'll play it again really slowly. All of that is around D. The second part of the solo has parts which move over G and A chords underneath it, and it sounds like this. So it's just really the bottom part of a G chord from 6, 5, 4, then slide up to 10th fret of the guitar on the 6th string, right, it's just the bottom part of a G chord, and then we have a hammer on the A string, so hammering on to A2, and then an open D, and then back to the A, at the 2nd fret, open D, then D2, and then open. So all together, so far we've got this. Guitar, then the song then goes back into a D. So I'll show you the next part of the solo. Alright, so let's break that down. Alright, so I've said that this final section of the solo is over a part where the song has moved back into D. D's going on behind it, and we start with this. So just 2 downstrokes on the D chord from the D string. I'm not playing the whole chord, I'm not playing the 1st string, I'm just really focusing on the D, G and B strings. And then we play an open A and an open D string. Right. Next we get this. So I'm plucking upwards and I'm playing an open G, catching the D, the open D string as well. And then on the D string, so 4, 2, 4, 2, open. Final part of the solo sounds like this. So we're just sliding up as we did before on that bottom part of that G chord. Seen that already, and then you can do it as a slide. I tend to do it as a slide on G, 2 to 4, 2 on B3, so then to G4, and then B3, 5, back to 3, okay? And then we're back into the chorus. So that final section of the solo again plays slowly. Yeah, you can finish, so I should have said there's a final note on G9. And then back to this A chord for Is It Me Again. And so on, we've seen all those parts before. And then again, listen to the song, there's another verse, I think another chorus after that, and that's it. So that's it, Mersey Paradise, great song by the Stone Roses. Definitely going to look at more Stone Roses content on the channel. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always guys, enjoy your guitar playing and I'll see you really soon.